It's game time, we ain't playing with you. It's game time, it's game time, we ain't playing with you. That's how we ball for y'all.
All right, man. What up, what up, what up, what up? You are rocking with Doo Wop. Thanks for joining me for episode, what is it, 69? Round of applause. Yeah, man. Oh, I just say this. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, I'm going to dive into some topics. That's what I like to do, you know. First thing I seen, it said Harvard Medical manager, morgue manager, he admits to stealing organs and and selling them on the black market. I always heard about like different things that can happen on the black market, but I wouldn't think they would be, selling like body parts and things like that. But he made it as a hustle. 2000. They said 2018 to 2022. He was basically positioned as stealing parts and just selling it on the black market, man. To Denise Lounge, it would transport stolen remains to their house in New Hampshire, and then they just go ahead and sell it to multiple states. You know, so they just got indicted because he's plead guilty for that charge. Saying conspiracy, basically, interstate transport and stolen goods. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I always heard about the black market and things that can go on. Hey, man, I couldn't believe that they selling body parts on there. And come to think about it, it was around like COVID time, so um, people were getting sick and and people were in need different medical attention. So, but they was talking about they were selling different body parts, brain, yeah, uh, like to just go ahead and transfer those type of body parts. That's just crazy. That is insane. But they say on the black market you can get a bunch of things. I never seen nothing about that black market. I don't know nothing about the black market, but obviously that joint exists because for him to just plead guilty and right just to try to just lessen the charges, that's wild. That is wild. But a lot of things go on in the black market. Well, I know everybody been paying attention to the Diddy trial. That's all everything in the news. That's what people just keep talking about. I'm gonna give my quick summary on it. You know, they was talking about basically exposing all the freaky stuff. Based on rubbing cum on the nipple of one of the escorts. Then the escort Punisher, they brought him out, talked about him. And then Cassie, she's always doing the free calls, and then she also did it when Diddy wasn't around. But then they had recently had Kid Cudi. He testified against Diddy. Oh, well, about basically blowing up his car. I mean, at first when the way they described it, I thought probably it was like a movie scene. It was like they blew it up. But they got into a little more detail. Said it was like a cocktail bomb. But he's allegedly did that, and then he's talking about allegedly, he broke into Kid Cudi's house, basically, opened up his presence, some devious shit, what I mean? Then locked the dog in a room in a bathroom or whatever, and then he said when confronted Kid Cudi about being with Cassidy, he was on some like billing, when they had met up, you know, um, but now that the defendants that they're trying to get Kid Cudi's testimony thrown out, but you can't really unhear it. If you was a jury, you already heard it. So basically, you just trying to tell them just dismiss this from the record. I don't think they're going. I don't think they're gonna do it. But we'll see. And then they just had now they just had the ex assistant from Diddy. She testified. Talking about how he hard her and then basically mistreated her and how he treated her and treated people, everything around, and she was basically responding to getting help with Cassidy, and she's seen all these type of things. I mean, it's not looking too good for Diddy. It's not looking too good. But is it enough for them to basically find him guilty? Lock him up for like 10 to 20 years? I don't know. I don't think, or even like all this stuff is going on. Will they settle for a deal, or would it be a mistrial? But they're just gonna fight it out. They want to fight it out all the way to the end. To is actually all found guilty. But I don't think he's gonna get the time that people might want him to get. You know, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. If all this stuff goes down. And what's the outcome gonna be? You know, but it's not looking too good. It's definitely not looking too good for Diddy right now. But we'll see. Um, I always talked about Elon, Elon, and Donald Trump. They had a basically press conference recently at the Oval Office. He's just basically showing that he's stepping down. You know, he's done. He's done with the DOGE. Basically, Donald Trump is praising him. All the things he done, helpful. Um, Uh, you know what I mean? It's like it's like all the skeletons. You open up all the skeletons and all the bones fall out of the closet. When it comes to the government, a lot of people are not gonna like it. They're definitely not gonna like it, especially when they see a rich and powerful person like Elon is not gonna be affected by none of these things that's going on. Definitely not gonna see. It, you know, um, put it this way: Elon's probably seeing that it's affecting his business, and he's not used to it, especially when they started burning his Teslas and saying all these things about him. Like he didn't have that type of attention on him before he started supporting Donald Trump. So he just feel like probably just go back to being his business, man. Get back to getting your business because he never had any of these type of issues, you know, never had any of these type of issues. But they had a little press conference. I heard that they was kind of letting like different reporters only in the press conference and ask only certain questions because they had different questions about Elon. I don't know. They talking about he was on drugs or something like that. But I look at Elon, man. Elon's on some other type of drugs. He on some like technology drugs, because for him to just be running these type of business and putting his input into all these things, he's definitely got to be on some type of on some type of drugs, man. But I don't know if he's on all that other stuff that they're accusing him of. But he definitely rubs some people the wrong way. But I mean, you look at it once you start firing people and 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 then just letting people go and then changing a lot of things that a lot of people is going to be affected by. Some people going to hate you. Somebody's going to resent you. You definitely going to get some pullback. Don't care how much money you got. Uh, People still not going to like that. They didn't like that. But Donald Trump praised him. He did a good job, and probably still has like an open door for him, and still gonna be and they're still friends. They're still anything they need, anything probably helpful, especially what Elon did. Um, but I was surprised. I was like, seeing that he sold X, but he basically sold X to himself. You know, he sold X to X AI company, and that's his own company. Um, and that's kind of power you get when you wealth. You can sell the company to yourself. But we'll see how that affects. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that moves around. Uh, but I don't think he's having. Elon, he ain't got no problem. I think just the fact that Still has Tesla. He has still SpaceX. He still has Starlink. Has Neuralink. You can go on and on. He has plenty of things to still keep focused on. So he's a little more time to focus on everything else. Get back to Tesla, see what the next level. Keep inventing these things that is going to change the world. So that's what I got on that. But enough of those two. Let's talk about the New York Knicks, man. The New York Knicks, man. Yes, they're going to Game 6. Let's put this out there. They're gonna be in Game 7. That's where they're gonna. That's where the game's gonna be tough down in the stretch, and hopefully they bring it home. But we'll focus on Game 6. Brunson, he's still been playing a hell of a game, putting the Knicks on his back. Always making key plays down the stretch. And Anthony Towns, he's been showing up. Playing good too. Um, you know, but I really, really, really think he should take in stride is just that he gotta stay out of foul trouble. He gotta stay out of that foul trouble because the game changes when he's in foul trouble. And they're looking to always attack him. They're always looking to attack him, try to get him in foul trouble early because then that changes everything in the game. But you know, I would shout out, Bridges been doing once he gets going and finding his shot, he's a good key player. OG, he been doing his thing too. So Hart's even hard hard fighting, getting dirty down there, and then you got Robinson. Robinson is definitely a key player for us. Getting rebounds, playing defense. He's a good help, especially when Towns is in foul trouble. If you put them two out there, it's tough to really beat them. Um, but I don't like the old school hack and shack, man. They definitely got to change that. They definitely got to change that rule with the hack and shack. Because every time when he goes to the foul shot, that just slows down the game, slows the pace down, and it's kind of like what they call it. Back in the day, called cheesing, but the kids now they call it spamming. But yeah, it's definitely spamming them all the time. But it's gonna be hard. To go in Indiana. That's definitely Hellenberg, and he's going to be aggressive. He's going to be trying to find his shot. And what they got? Neesmith, uh, Deep or Mather. Let's see who else is on there. You know, they're all going to be ready. They're all ready to be down to shoot threes. That's what their game plan. So we got to get a stop early. Just play that defense. Be aggressive. Pascal, he's definitely a good role player. He's ready to do anything in the dirty work. Anything needs to be done. So it's all gonna go down. It's all gonna go down Saturday night. TNT's shameless plug, but I'm gonna be paying attention. I'm be tuned in. Hope the Knicks do what they got to do. Stay consistent, and pull out the win and bring it back home. That's how things gonna rock. You know. Let's get into a little bit of AI, man. The AI world is back in effect, man. When it comes to the video, man, the video right now with Google, the VO3, is very impressive, very impressive, man. It's gonna change the game with the videos I can see. Because I seen a video that they created basically like aliens come attacks like being attacked with humans, and the visuals incredible, incredible. See, if I can find it.
Panic is spreading worldwide tonight as the arrival of the unidentified vessels triggers
Like looking
states
at
of
this video, you
emergency
wouldn't
across
even
every
think
continent.
this is
They're
like
here.
some
They
stuff
have
you can
come for
recognize AI,
us.
but they're
They're
getting
gonna
too
kill
they're
us.
getting too good, man. To have this,
Don't look at me like that. I paid for this cheese. Also,
like
does
they're
it
literally
matter? We're
shooting
all
it
gonna
in
be
some
dead
like
anyway.
movie.
Attention. By order
And,
of the National
and the
Emergency
first one
Act,
he made, I
martial
think he
law
said it
is
took him
now in
8 hours
effect.
to make.
All civilians must remain indoors.
It's crazy.
Telling
Everything's
you, it's just
looking
a hologram.
four
Government cooked this up to
four
keep us
four
inside.
G, 8G,
Imagine they come in peace.
4K,
No lasers
8K.
from the
Like
sky.
Imagine they come in peace, just hovering in the sky.
it's like they're really all this stuff is
To
AI.
everyone struggling out there, stay strong. We're all in this together. Stay grounded. Stay human. Lead with love.
Did you add sugar?
Okay, guys, I snuck past the military and I'm literally under the alien ship right now. If this gets a
Visual,
million likes,
everything
I'll
is
go
just
beyond the
on
fence.
point, man. On point.
All right, folks, time for the Meet Aliens TikTok challenge.
Light it, genius!
Oh my God!
They are definitely here for us. Anyway, you can learn more by buying my brand new online course, Learn How to Channel.
I mean, people saying like, "Yo, it's gonna be a point where they are gonna try to replace us." I mean, for marketing and advertisement and things like that, you know, because they see they can just shoot a commercial with AI. They're not gonna really need to use humans. You know, they could definitely it's gonna be everything's gonna be bots. It's gonna be AI bots and things like that. Move forward. Like I always say that 5 to 10 years is definitely gonna be a different change when it comes. But you know, we all gotta keep paying attention and see how we can try to use it and for our benefit. But I can see it's definitely affecting the cinematic and movie world for these things to be so easy to have and use. They don't need to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars now. You can spend thousands of dollars and get a cinematic picture creating with AI and using that type of technology. That Google V3 is looking very impressive. It's definitely giving it a run for the money to the Zorro. So it's gonna be a lot of things competing. So yeah, I'm gonna pay attention to that and keep playing with that. But talking about AI, seen Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg he released a AI video. For his significated basic cripping. That joint is crazy too. A lot of this stuff is like being lively histories making right in front of us, man. These type of videos that they're shooting and making, they definitely got to be saving thousands, hundred thousands of dollars. 'Cause people used to shoot videos for $1 million. Now these AI characters, the way they're using it, it's very interesting and it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. So we're gonna see who else keeps coming up with these type of things and using them. Sticking on music, I did check out Lean Thomas project. He had the Mud Deluxe. He and talked about his first, basically project. He still had all the songs, but the remix of Chris Brown, definitely been flaming up the streets. With the Mud remix, definitely a nice collaboration with them two. Then checking out the some of his projects. I like the party favors with Big Sean. Big Sean was heavily on his project. So yeah, nah, those is definitely some tracks that I was checking out, and but he's a dope artist. He's definitely getting into his own artistry and showing his ability what he can do. Coming from like the TV world, I mean, I wasn't too hip what he was doing as a child star, but I'm paying attention to his music now. So uh definitely check out Definitely on Time is the month deluxe. That joint is fire. Um Also Meek still putting some stuff together. He just dropped something with Survivor Guilt featuring Gerbil. It always hard energy when they collaborate on the track. So that was good energy. Still waiting for him to put the whole album together. So see what kind of I feel like he already has the album done. He's just probably waiting to get in the right position to drop it. Um, that's a lot of things slowing down the music, but summer's right around the corner, so a lot of people gonna be dropping some new music. So definitely check out that when you get a chance. Oh, let's shout out Kai, man, Kai. For him to put like $10 million, they say, in that streamer university. Um, that was definitely real different and dope to see for the next generation of the streamers. Man, giving other people opportunities. Even people who are like 100 followers, they probably left from streamer university now like 50,000 followers. Also just enhancing all the popular streamers who already been doing it. It's a dope opportunity to give to everybody. And then especially just starting a whole new wave. Starting a whole new wave. And then showing love to everybody. I tuned in a little bit. Definitely was watching India Love. The nigga Drake is a stab. Drake is a stab. He was like, oh yeah, always have love for her, always have love for her. And then DDG, he's talking about his ball on the streamer. You got a bunch of balls on the streamer, and then you had Duke Dennis. He's always taking everybody ball. So they got their own little streamer world and things going on. You know, but I want to see what Kai got cooking up next for the streamer world. So that's definitely tuned in and see what he got going on next. But that was definitely dope. And I figured how he was gonna put the like if you're gonna rent out a whole university, he went in, he was the dean. Then he went through everybody's live and and show love and just was on there. Um, Also, he had food for everybody. He treated like the dorms, people running around the dorms. They had sleepovers, all that stuff. So, certain term curfew, you couldn't be out, certain things like that. So, he tried to keep it really almost kind of like almost university. People had to be on time for class. Some people didn't go to class. So, I mean, that's just happening regular in school and things like that. So, you know, um, yeah, it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope to see all that. So that was pretty cool. Definitely pretty cool. But it's a new thing. It's a new thing. It's a new world, and you see how people going to change it and get it. Uh, See if anything else I need to get on, touch on. I think I'm just gonna get into the motivation. Motivation. I need a motivation. All right. So this motivation says when you're distracted, when your distraction no longer distracts you, that is discipline. Um, I thought that was a good one. That was a good one. There's things that are gonna distract you and just keep distracting you, but when you finally the distraction is no longer distracting you, and that's because now you really zooming in to be disciplined. So I definitely like that one. People go through life with a bunch of distractions get in the way, but you still got to try to just stay disciplined and try to complete the goal. So I like that one when I heard that one. Let's get another one. Says change is unavoidable. When it's time to change, adapt and just go with the flow, man. So yeah, everything's just changing. Gotta adapt, and just go with the flow. Uh, Definitely agree with that. So with that said, just keep staying tuned, keep rocking with me, keep checking out things. Still just getting started, still got the track Savage with that Ty Dolla Sign out. If you have a chance to that, stream it, listen to it. Also got the Sky Rise featuring G Herbo in the intro. And I got some more stuff coming. So I got some more stuff coming. So when you get a chance, just stay tuned. You know what I mean? So quick and sweet. But you've been rocking with Do Vibe. See you in the meantime, between time, check out the next episode. Peace.
I love it. You guys are so great.